So you tell him everything that you know about this current plot. You tell him that you have found the murder weapon, that it was in herby smoky substance that grows in Dorne. You tell him that what it does to the insides of people's lungs, um, the plot and the herb and the torch in that particular session. Yeah. So and how the fire started and all of that sort of stuff. And Ramsfield looks at you with a confused face and he's like, I remember this herb you speak of. I read about it once in a very old book. It was about the earliest days of the faith. From what I remember, the smoke had to be an incredibly dense in the air for there to be enough of a concentration in the lungs to be able to form the gel. From what I remember, I remember saying that they would have to have a large amount of the substance burned for even a small room. They would have to bring a fair bit of the substance and burn it to kill all of these people, if that is what you're claiming.
I'd like to ask him how someone might get a large quantity of that substance inside.
I'm not gonna make a real persuasion. He's helping you now. Or yeah, why this goes on sneak into the room. He tells you, well, I would think that the herbs would either have to be hidden inside of the tapestries. It's possible, but it'd be very unlikely. You'd have to cut into the tapestry and put the herbs in first, and then sew them all up. It's too much for a few men to do alone. The other possibility is you could put it on all of the torches, and if you're able to light the torches on fire, or it's just the smoke is actually being produced by the torches, which would contain a large enough area. If you put it on enough of them, it would create enough smoke, maybe, especially if you created the distraction with the tapestries. And then TF asks him why the Stanipo saw him sneak into that particular session room, and he said, Ramsfield says, I never entered that session room. Once you were done giving your little welcoming speech, which was totally predictable, by the way, I just came into this storage room and I decided to wait out all of your useless mewling about crop yields and mathematics.
So he just flat out called Stanipo a liar.
Yes, he did.
Grab Stanipo.
But Stanipo was honest that he thought it was this guy. Is there anybody who looks like Maester Ramsfield there?
Was Stanipo honest that it was that guy?
Yeah, he was. Because we rolled, I rolled empathy, and he honestly thought it was him.
What did you roll empathy on?
Stanipo.
Well, I remember you rolled empathy on him twice. One was, were you in this room the entire time? And he failed. And then another one was that he didn't want to accuse people of something before he knew that they were guilty. And that one succeeded.
I seem to recall rolling about something else. So since there's a disagreement about that, let's go ahead and roll and see if he genuinely... I'd like to ask him, are you sure you saw Ramsfield?
Okay. Roll persuasion convince.
Persuasion convince. 13.
Stanipo has his face doesn't change from a slight concerned sort of glare look on his face, and for once he does not smile or try to make light of the situation in any way. And then he's like, and then he says, I don't remember what you're talking about. Did I say Ramsfield came in here?
Can I gesture to the guard holding Ramsfield to grab Stanipo?
Go for it.
Yeah.
I gesture.
Okay. He did say a person looked like Ramsfield, but it's been proven that he probably may or may not have been telling the truth, that somebody that looked like Ramsfield had entered that thing. The guard motions to grab him, and Stanipo dances out of the way and draws a short sword from inside of his robe.
Oh, that's not suspicious at all.
Not a bastard sword, a short sword.
Right, we lost our heel bot, so we can't just swing.
You did
at
lose your
him. Well, what's the guard gonna do about this?
The guard kind of steps back, taken aback, and the guard draws his sword. Meanwhile, Stanipo kind of his hand is shaking, so the sword is kind of erratic in the air. But he points it at all of you, and he's like, "You fucking maesters, you think that you're so smart in all of your wisdom and all of your science, and yet the world is still so full of the gods. It's so obvious that the gods exist, and your entire purpose is to deny them at every step. No, I will not let you get away with this. I am done listening to maesters. I am done listening to waiting hand and foot on all of you blasphemous idiots. No, I will not do anything more for unholy blemishes on humanity like you." And this is the reason why I didn't want Healbot to leave, but Stanipo turns around and sees Fisher sleeping on the wall, and Stanipo screams out, "You think you know more about the faith than the Septons, you blasphemous whore!" And with both of his hands,
Fisher asleep in the
and with both of his hands, he shoves the short sword as deep as he can into Fisher's chest and pierces his heart.
Oh,
well, what does the guard do?
The guard immediately approaches, and as Stanipo is trying to pull the short sword out of Fisher, but struggling because he's not that strong, the guard slaps him to the ground and puts his boot on his back.
All right, I want to run over
question:
to Fisher.
Is there any chance that the two of us can diagnose to see if there's any chance to heal, or is he like pierced through his heart? Pierced through his heart. Damn it.
Can I diagnose him anyways, just in case?
Sure.
We did just take a class on this.
Sure, roll heal and diagnose.
What the hell?
25.
Okay, so you found the problem is that his heart is pierced, and he's
Yeah.
bleeding out, and he's likely already dead. If Healbot was here in control of his character, I was going to try to make it a lot more of a cruel death for Fisher, but I was going to try to kill Fisher off if I could at all.
So you intend for him to be dead? I'm not going to heal him back from this.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to heal him back from this.
Wow, that is...
Because actions have consequences.
Well, how hard did the guard hit Stanipo? Is he pretty much down.
He's trying to get up, but he's face flat on the ground, and he has a guard's boot over his back. He's not going to be able to get up.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not okay with this. He just killed my compatriot. I'm tired of people dying.
Yeah.
I'm very, very tired of that.
Yeah, I want to inflict some pain.
So what do you do?
I ask the guard if I can stab him non-lethally.
The guard tells you, I'm going to get some of my lads to come up here. We'll take him away. We'll throw him in the black cells. He won't be hurting anyone anymore.
I ask him if I can at least kick him in the balls one more time.
The guard laughs at your suggestion and shrugs. He's like,
I kick him
go
in the
for
balls.
it. Roll fighting.
12.
There you fucking go.
Revenge.
You
for
kick
the
him
Yavata.
very, very hard in the balls. And he squeals. He squeals
What
like
he
a stuck
deserves,
pig. And a pool of liquid starts seeping out from under him.
No.
And you smell the fierce stench of ammonia.
Oh boy. Yeah, I only have fighting 2, so that was like the perfect moment of vengeance. I'm happy again.
Man. We should take care of Mr. Fisher and get his body back to the Citadel or back to his people.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we've got him. We should probably just release Maester Pollock. He's creepy, but he's innocent. And Maester Ramsfield is an asshole, but he's also innocent and did in fact help us. So I feel like his poor position is enough consequence for him. We can just let them be.
Cool. So they're...
Just a moment. Before these men leave, there are a couple of folk I do not trust who know a secret of mine. I would just like to let Masters Pollock and Ramsfield know that although I appreciate their assistance, if they ever spill a word of what they heard from me without my consent, I will personally come and end their miserable existences.
Roll persuasion to convince. True. Actually, no. Roll deception and bluff.
Wait, he has an Ulrich and an 8th. He can definitely do it.
Yeah, well, okay, fine. Roll persuasion.
Unless you get a better roll for deception.
Yes, I did.
Because they don't know he has an Ulrich.
15.
What'd you get?
15.
Okay. So, Pollux nods in his ferret, scrabbly sort of way. And he immediately ducks out, and Ramsfield just laughs at you.
Yeah, laugh it up, fuzzball.
So there is a scene change. It is now the evening, and you guys are all of the remaining maesters, significantly less in number now, are standing around Maester Fisher, who is lying on top of the altar in the main set. His hands are folded together, or his fingers are like laced together and set upon his breast. And he is wearing a maester's robe, but it's gold instead of the normal colors. And he has his maester's chain proudly displayed around his neck, and he has the 2 stones with eyes painted on them over his eyelids, which is the typical burial rite.
You earned it, my friend.
Poor old Maester Fisher.
Maester Fisher.
I think time
Pycelle,
to go home
Grand
and be among friends.
Grand Maester Pycelle walks in. Or shuffles in, and he's like, I would like to say a few words about my friend, Maester Fisher. He he was a brilliant researcher, especially those of religion, and even though he understood very intimately what it meant to 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 worship the light of the seven, he never tried to convince people to dissuade themselves from his belief. He made sure that all of his research was academic, and he strived very very hard to improve the realm wherever we can. So tonight we will bury one of the finest maesters that has ever been able to serve the realm. We will bury him next to too many of his colleagues, who simply came to King's Landing to learn more, and to better serve the realm. They were all murdered by a madman who believed that religion and learning were inseparable, and the study of one means that the other one falls into ruin. And what Maester Fisher stood for his entire life is these two things are not inseparable, and that you can succeed in doing both. So there's a slight tear in his eye as he shuffles away.
Wow. Strong words from Grandmaster Pycelle.
Good speech, bro.
So that concludes our Mechanist RPG. That is the end of any sort of story that I have prepared for you. Yeah, you guys did quite well.
Excellent story. Except for Heelbot.
Except for Heelbot, but I had confirmed with him previously in vague terms if he was okay if someone died, well, like if his character died, and basically what he gave me was, I don't care as long as he dies well for a purpose in the story, and it's not eighth. And so I took that and I was like, alright, somebody's gonna die.
Yeah, he played his character really well too. It was fun, and which made it kind of sting when Maester Fisher was
It's true,
killed.
they killed the funny guy first.
Yeah.